The evening sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, casting long shadows across the gleaming buildings of the Orion colony. The colony was alive with excitement. Today was not just another day, it was Alex's graduation from the Stellar Academy, the most prestigious school in the sector. His friends were buzzing with laughter and stories about their adventures in training, while proud families wandered through the floating gardens, watching the holographic displays that floated above them like stars. Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Graduation was supposed to be a moment of joy, but his mind kept wandering back to the strange feeling he'd had all week, a sense that something important was about to happen. His mother, Elaine, had been acting differently too. She was usually cheerful and calm, but today, she seemed distant, almost as if she had a secret she couldn't wait to share. The party was lively. Holographic fireworks danced in the sky above the colony's central plaza, reflecting off the polished surfaces of the high towers. Music floated through the air, blending with the laughter of students and their families. Alex greeted his friends with high fives and smiles, but his eyes kept scanning the crowd, looking for his mother. Elaine was there, standing near a corner, chatting politely with other parents. She smiled at Alex, but there was a sparkle in her eyes that didn't match the casual conversation she was having. As the evening went on, the crowd grew louder, and the music seemed to vibrate through the very floor of the plaza. People were taking pictures, laughing, and congratulating each other. But Alex felt a pull toward his mother, an unspoken urge that he couldn't ignore. And then, as if on cue, she was gone for a moment, returning with a small folded note in her hand. Alex didn't notice at first, distracted by a group of classmates joking about their final exams. But suddenly, he felt a gentle tap on his shoulder. Turning, he saw his mother smiling at him. In her hand was the note, carefully folded, almost glowing in the dim light of the plaza. "Here," she said softly, sliding it across the table to him. "Read it when you're alone." Alex hesitated for a moment, wondering if it was part of a joke. But there was something in her eyes, a seriousness, that made his heart skip a beat. He unfolded the paper and read the simple words written in his mother's familiar handwriting. "Come find me tonight." The words were short, almost cryptic. There was no explanation, no hint of where "tonight" might lead. Just those 4 words, like a gentle invitation wrapped in mystery. Alex's curiosity flared. Something about the note made the air around him feel different, charged with possibility. "Mom," he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "What is this about?" Elaine smiled, a mysterious curve of her lips. "Just come find me. You'll see." And with that, she melted back into the crowd, leaving Alex holding the note, staring after her. The rest of the party passed in a blur. His friends congratulated him on finishing the program with honors. People laughed and danced, but Alex couldn't concentrate on anything. The words on that note kept repeating in his mind. "Come find me tonight." By the time the party began to wind down, the plaza was quieting. Holographic lanterns floated up into the night sky, drifting like glowing jellyfish against the backdrop of stars. Alex felt a strange combination of excitement and nervousness. He knew he had to follow the note, but he didn't know where it would lead, or why his mother had chosen this particular night to reveal her secret. After saying goodbye to his friends and family, Alex slipped away from the plaza. The colony was quieter now, the bright lights of the towers reflecting in the smooth metal walkways. He followed the paths that led toward the observation deck, a place he and his mother often visited to watch the stars together. The thought of that familiar place brought a small comfort, even as the mystery of the note made his heart race. When Alex arrived at the observation deck, the colony stretched below him like a sparkling sea of lights. Beyond the railing, stars twinkled in the vast expanse of space, distant suns and planets forming patterns that no human eye could fully comprehend. And there, standing under the glow of the artificial lights, was his mother. Elaine turned as he approached, her smile warm but her eyes serious. "I'm glad you came," she said. Her voice had a calmness that reminded him of home, yet there was something different tonight, an energy that made the hair on his arms stand on end. "What's going on, Mom?" Alex asked, holding the note in his hand. "Why did you want me to come here?" Elaine gestured for him to follow her toward a small, unassuming door at the far end of the observation deck. Alex followed, curiosity overriding any lingering doubts. Behind the door was a room he had never seen before. It was filled with strange machines that hummed softly, panels of blinking lights, and floating holographic screens displaying patterns he couldn't begin to understand. "This," Elaine said, her eyes scanning the room with a mixture of pride and anticipation, "is something I've been working on for a long time. Something I wanted to show you when the time was right." Alex's mouth went dry. Is this some kind of project?" Elaine shook her head, smiling. "Not just a project, something much bigger, something ancient." She walked over to a pedestal in the center of the room, where a small device pulsed with a soft, golden light. It looked like a cube, smooth and metallic, but it seemed alive somehow. The light inside shifted and changed, almost like it was breathing. "This," Elaine said, "is a device left by a civilization that existed long before humans. They explored the galaxy, left traces of their knowledge everywhere, and then disappeared. No one knows why. But this device, it can only respond to humans. Only humans can unlock its secrets." Alex stared at it, unable to speak. His mother's words felt like the opening line of a story he didn't know he was part of. "Why me?" he finally whispered. "Why now? Why? 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 Why?" Elaine placed a hand on his shoulder. "Because you're ready, Alex. And because the time has come. Humanity has a role in the galaxy that no one else can fulfill. This device, it's the beginning of something new. Something that will show what humans are truly capable of. If you want a..." Alex felt a shiver of excitement run down his spine. He had always dreamed of adventure, of exploring the stars. But this was beyond anything he had imagined. The room seemed to glow brighter as he stepped closer to the device, and he felt an almost magnetic pull toward it. "What does it do?" he asked. Elaine smiled, a mixture of pride and mystery in her eyes. "It waits for the right mind. A mind that can see patterns others cannot. That can combine curiosity with empathy, intelligence with creativity. It will test you. And in return, it will show you the path to a future only humans can reach." Alex swallowed hard. The words felt heavy, full of promise and responsibility. He looked at his mother, seeing the same excitement mirrored in her eyes. "I don't know if I'm ready," he admitted. Elaine shook her head gently. "No one ever feels ready, Alex. That's why we try. That's why we step forward, even when we don't know what's on the other side. Tonight, you take the first step." The night stretched on, the colony quiet below them, the stars infinite above. Alex stared at the pulsing device, feeling a mixture of fear, awe, and exhilaration. He had no idea what lay ahead, but he knew one thing for certain. His life, and perhaps the future of humanity itself, was about to change forever. And as the golden light from the device reflected in his eyes, he felt the first spark of a journey that would take him farther than he had ever dreamed into the stars, into mysteries beyond imagination, and into a destiny only humans could claim. The night was quiet, except for the soft hum of the mysterious device in the center of the room. Alex stood close, his fingers almost brushing the glowing surface, feeling a warmth that seemed alive. His mother, Elaine, watched him with a gentle smile, her eyes reflecting the golden light. "Do you feel it?" she asked. Alex nodded slowly. "Yes. It feels like it's waiting for something." "That's right," Elaine said. It's waiting for a mind that can understand it, that can see connections others cannot. Humans have that mind, Alex. That's what makes us special. Alex took a deep breath. He remembered his studies at the Stellar Academy, the long hours solving complex problems, navigating simulated star systems, and learning about alien civilizations. He had always believed that knowledge alone was power. But now he realized there was more to it. Creativity, intuition, and empathy were just as important. Elaine moved closer to a console on the side of the room. A holographic display sprang to life, showing a series of symbols and patterns. They shifted and changed, forming intricate shapes that seemed almost alive. This, Elaine said, pointing to the display, is the message. It comes from far beyond the galaxy, from a civilization that existed long before humans. They left this signal as a challenge, a test for any species that might come after them. Alex stared at the shifting symbols, trying to make sense of them. A test? He asked. What kind of test? Elaine's smile widened. Not a test of strength or speed, but of understanding. Logic alone will not solve it. You must think differently. Combine what you know with what you feel. That is what makes humans unique. Alex felt a shiver of excitement. This was unlike anything he had ever experienced. He had solved simulations and puzzles before, but this was alive, as if it could sense him, respond to him, and guide him. Can I try? He asked, stepping closer to the device. Elaine nodded. Yes. Let it guide you. Focus on what you know, what you feel, and trust yourself. Alex reached out and touched the glowing surface. Instantly, the patterns on the holographic display shifted, responding to his thoughts. Lines connected, circles expanded, and new shapes appeared as if the device was learning from him, understanding his mind. Wow, Alex whispered. It's like it knows what I'm thinking. Elaine nodded. Exactly. And this is only the beginning. The signal is part of a larger map. A map that shows the locations of hidden gateways scattered across the galaxy. Only humans can interpret it fully, because it responds to empathy, intuition, and imagination. Alex's heart raced. A map to hidden gateways? That meant travel to places humans had never reached, discoveries beyond anything recorded in history. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Could he really be the one to unlock this secret? Mom, he said, his voice trembling slightly. Why now? Why me? Elaine placed a hand on his shoulder. Because the time has come. Alex, humans have reached a point in history where our understanding of the universe can change everything. This device, it's a test, yes, but it's also an invitation. To explore, to learn, to show what humans can do. Alex nodded, feeling a sense of purpose he had never felt before. He focused on the patterns, letting his mind wander over the shapes and symbols. Slowly, connections began to form. Circles that seemed separate joined together, lines that appeared random, created a path, and a sequence emerged. It's working, he exclaimed. Elaine smiled proudly. Good. Keep going. Trust yourself. The device responds to thought, yes, but also to feeling. What do you feel when you see the patterns? Alex paused, closing his eyes for a moment. He let the warmth of the device flow into him, letting curiosity, hope, and wonder guide his mind. Suddenly, he saw it a hidden path, a sequence that seemed to point to a specific star system far beyond the colony. He opened his eyes, excitement shining on his face. Mom, it's pointing somewhere. A star system I've never seen before. Elaine's eyes sparkled. Exactly. That is the first location. There are many more, each one a part of the ancient civilization's legacy. If we follow the path, we can unlock secrets, knowledge, and perhaps even technologies that no one has seen in millions of years. Alex could hardly believe it. The realization that humans, he, specifically were capable of understanding this ancient message, made his chest swell with pride. For the first time, he truly understood what his mother had meant when she said humans were special. "Mom, this is incredible," he said. "But how do we get there?" Elaine walked over to a console, pressing a few buttons. A small, holographic star chart appeared, showing the known galaxy and a faint path highlighted in golden light. "These gateways," she explained, "are like bridges between stars. They were built to allow travel across immense distances, far beyond what any human ship can currently reach. The civilization that made this device wanted to see if future species could find and use them. And now, it's our turn." Two-parted John. Alex stared at the star chart, the golden path stretching across the galaxy like a river of light. He felt both excitement and a little fear. The gateways led to the unknown, to places humans had never visited, to discoveries that could change everything. "Mom, this is humanity's chance," he said softly. "Our chance to really explore." Elaine nodded. "Yes, and you are the one to start it. Humans have a unique ability to connect with the universe in ways other species cannot. Our creativity, intuition, and empathy make us capable of things no one else can do. The device will guide us, but we must take the first step." Alex looked at the glowing device again. He felt a surge of determination. "I want to do it," he said firmly. "I want to see where it leads. I want to help humanity take the next step." Elaine smiled, a mix of pride and relief on her face. "That's my boy. I knew you were ready. Together, we'll explore the first gateway, and then, who knows how far it will take us." The hours passed quickly as they worked together, decoding more of the signal, understanding the patterns, and preparing for the journey ahead. Alex felt a growing sense of connection, not just with the device, but with his mother, with humanity, and with the universe itself. The night sky outside the observation deck shimmered with possibilities. Each star, a promise of adventure, knowledge, and discovery. By the time the first light of dawn began to touch the colony, Alex felt a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. The device had revealed its secrets, at least partially, and he now held the first key to humanity's future. The star system it had pointed to was still far away, but he knew that with determination, knowledge, and creativity, they could reach it. Elaine placed a hand on his shoulder. "Rest now," she said gently. "Tomorrow, we begin the preparations. The journey ahead will be long, and we must be ready. But tonight, celebrate what you have accomplished. You have taken the first step." Alex nodded, his eyes still glowing with the excitement of discovery. He knew that his life had changed forever. He had touched something ancient, something alive, something that recognized the unique qualities of humanity. And he had felt, for the first time, the weight and wonder of the responsibility he carried. As he lay in his room later, staring at the stars through the window, he couldn't stop thinking about the glowing device, the hidden pathways, and the gateways that awaited. Humanity had a role in the galaxy, one no other species could fulfill. And somehow, against the vast silence of space, Alex felt certain that he was ready to take that role seriously. For the first time, he realized that the note his mother had given him wasn't just an invitation. It was a calling, and he had answered. The morning sun rose over the Orion colony, painting the towers with a soft golden glow. Alex woke with a feeling of purpose that made sleep seem unnecessary. The events of the previous night, the note, the device, and the mysterious signal still pulsed in his mind like the gentle hum of a star. Today, he knew, would be the first step towards something far bigger than himself. Elaine met him in the kitchen, a small breakfast already prepared. She smiled as Alex entered, his eyes bright with anticipation. "Ready?" she asked. Alex nodded eagerly. "I think so. But I don't know exactly what we'll do next." Elaine poured a cup of tea and handed it to him. "We'll start by decoding more of the signal. The device showed us the first star system. But there is more. Much more. The ancient civilization left behind a series of puzzles, and each puzzle leads to a gateway. Only humans can solve them, because each one requires imagination, creativity, and empathy, not just logic." Alex sipped his tea, trying to calm the racing thoughts in his head. Elaine nodded, her eyes sparkling. "We must understand the puzzles. Each gateway is protected by challenges that test the mind. They are not dangerous in the way you might think, but they will make us think, feel, and understand in ways we never have before. The puzzles are like keys. We solve them, and the path opens." After breakfast, they moved to the hidden room on the observation deck. The golden device glowed softly, as if welcoming them back. The holographic displays had shifted overnight, showing new patterns and symbols that were more intricate than before. Alex approached the device, his fingers hovering above the surface. He felt the warmth again, a gentle pulse that seemed to guide him toward understanding. He touched the device, and the symbols on the screen began to move, forming shapes and patterns that seemed almost alive. Elaine watched silently. "Remember," she said, "it responds not just to thought, but to feeling. What do you notice? What do you feel?" Alex closed his eyes, letting his mind wander over the patterns. He focused on the shapes, imagining them as parts of a larger story. Slowly, connections began to form. Circles aligned with lines, triangles rotated to reveal hidden paths, and new symbols emerged as if the device itself was teaching him. "Look," Alex exclaimed. "I think I understand part of it. The shapes, they're like a map, but also a language. They're showing a pattern, a path we can follow." Elaine's eyes widened. "Exactly. That is the first step. You are seeing it the way the ancients intended. The device is alive with knowledge, but only a human mind can interpret it fully." Hours passed as they worked together, deciphering the symbols, forming sequences, and understanding the hidden logic behind the puzzles. Alex felt a growing sense of connection not just with the device, but with the ancient civilization that had left it behind. He imagined the people who had created it, curious and brilliant, leaving a legacy for future explorers to find. "This is incredible," he said, leaning back from the console. "It's like we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. Like we're stepping into history." Elaine nodded. "Exactly. And it's more than history. It's the future. Humanity has always reached for the stars. But now, we have a chance to truly connect with the galaxy, to explore places no one else can reach, and to show what humans can do. And we have a building reach. We have no two." As they worked, the device began to project a holographic map of the galaxy. Tiny points of light represented known star systems, and faint golden pathways stretched across the void, marking the locations of the hidden gateways. Each gateway was a puzzle waiting to be solved, a challenge designed to test the limits of imagination and understanding. Alex leaned closer to the map. "So, each gateway is a puzzle, and solving it shows us the next one?" Elaine nodded. "Yes, and the ancient civilization made sure the puzzles could only be solved by beings capable of empathy and creativity. That is why humans are the only species that can succeed. Other intelligent beings might be strong or fast, but only we can combine logic with imagination in the way the device requires." Alex felt a surge of pride. For the first time, he truly understood what his mother had meant when she said humanity was special. They weren't just another species in the galaxy. They were uniquely capable of seeing patterns, feeling connections, and creating solutions that others could not. "Mom," he said softly, this is amazing. But what if we fail?" Elaine placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Then we learn. Failure is part of the process. The device will guide us, but it cannot do the work for us. Only humans can complete the puzzles. And every step we take teaches us something new, something that will help us grow." Alex nodded, feeling a renewed determination. He looked back at the glowing device and touched it again, letting its warmth flow into him. The symbols shifted, forming a new pattern, a sequence that seemed to respond to his thoughts. "I see it," he whispered. "The first gateway. It's not just a place, it's a test. A puzzle we have to solve before we can go through it." Elaine smiled. "Exactly. And solving it will require everything you've learned, everything you feel, and everything you can imagine. Are you ready?" Alex took a deep breath. "I'm ready." They spent the next several hours studying the first puzzle. It was complex, with layers of symbols, shapes, and shifting patterns that required careful observation and creativity to understand. Alex's mind raced as he tried different approaches, testing sequences, imagining connections, and listening to the subtle guidance of the device. Slowly, piece by piece, the puzzle began to make sense. Lines connected to circles, symbols aligned in ways that revealed hidden pathways, and a sequence emerged that showed the key to unlocking the gateway. Alex looked at Elaine, his eyes wide with excitement. "We did it," he said. I think we solved it." Elaine's smile was radiant. "Yes. That is the power of human creativity and intuition. We solved what no one else could. The gateway will now respond to us, and we can prepare for the journey ahead." Alex felt a mixture of pride and awe. They had unlocked a secret that had been waiting for humans for centuries. The ancient civilization's challenge had been met, and humanity had proven its unique abilities. Elaine turned to him, her expression serious but full of encouragement. "This is just the beginning, Alex. There are more gateways, more puzzles, and more discoveries waiting. Each one will test us in new ways, but each one will also show what humans can do when they combine knowledge, creativity, and empathy." Alex nodded, feeling a sense of purpose he had never known before. He had always dreamed of exploring the stars, but now he understood that this journey was about more than adventure. It was about proving humanity's potential, about showing that they could rise to challenges that no one else could. The sun was beginning to set, casting long shadows across the observation deck. The golden light of the device reflected in Alex's eyes, and he felt a deep connection to the universe, to his mother, and to the future that awaited humanity. "Mom," he said softly, I think we're ready for the next step. The first gateway. It's time." Elaine nodded. "Yes. Tomorrow, we prepare for the journey. But tonight, celebrate what we've accomplished. We've solved the first puzzle, and in doing so, we've shown that humans are capable of understanding the universe in ways no one else can." Alex smiled, feeling a warmth of pride and excitement. He knew that the journey ahead would be long and challenging, but he also knew that humans were ready. Their creativity, empathy, and determination would guide them through the puzzles, the gateways, and into the stars beyond. As night fell over the colony, Alex and Elaine stood together, gazing at the stars. Each point of light seemed to whisper a promise of adventure, knowledge, and discovery. The first gateway awaited, and with it, a path to a future only humans could reach. And in that quiet moment, Alex understood something profound. The journey was not just about exploring the stars. It was about discovering what it truly meant to be human and proving that humanity had a place among the stars that no other species could claim. The golden device pulsed gently between them, a heartbeat of ancient knowledge and human potential. Alex touched it once more, feeling the warmth, the guidance, and the call to adventure. Tomorrow, they would step through the first gateway. Tonight, they dreamed of the stars, knowing that humanity's journey had only just begun. The first light of morning broke over the Orion colony, spilling gold and pink across the towers. Alex woke with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Today was the day he and his mother, Elaine, would take the first step through the hidden gateway, venturing farther into the galaxy than any human had ever gone. The hidden room on the observation deck was buzzing with quiet energy. The golden device glowed softly, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. Alex approached it, feeling warmth flow into him. Every symbol and pattern they had solved over the past days now formed a clear path, a blueprint for the gateway's activation. Elaine was already at the console, her hands moving over the controls with practiced precision. "Are you ready?" she asked, looking over her shoulder. Alex nodded. "As ready as I'll ever be." She smiled. "Good. Remember, the gateway will respond to both your mind and your feelings. Trust yourself, trust each other, and trust humanity. That is what the device wants to see." Alex took a deep breath and placed his hands on the device. The light grew brighter, surrounding him in a golden glow. Symbols danced across the air, forming a swirling pattern that seemed to stretch into the stars themselves. The device hummed in harmony with his heartbeat, as if it recognized the courage, curiosity, and empathy within him. Elaine joined him, placing her hands gently on his shoulders. "Together," she said. "We step forward together." With a final pulse of light, the gateway activated. A shimmering portal appeared in the center of the room, a rippling window of colors that seemed impossible to describe. Alex could see stars beyond the colony, stars that no human had ever reached. The air vibrated with energy, and a feeling of awe washed over him. "This is it," he whispered. "The first gateway." Elaine nodded. "Step through, and trust what you feel. Humanity has the ability to adapt, to understand, and to connect. The gateway will test that. Are you ready?" Alex took another deep breath, feeling the warmth of the device and the steady support of his mother. "Ready," he said firmly. Together, they stepped forward. The moment they crossed the threshold, the world around them shifted. The soft hum of the colony faded, replaced by a sensation of weightlessness, of moving through space itself. Stars stretched into long trails of light, and colors beyond imagination surrounded them. It was not frightening, rather, it was beautiful, serene, and full of promise. Alex opened his eyes and gasped. They had arrived in a small star system unlike any charted in human records. The planets shimmered with soft, glowing colors, and strange, harmonious energy seemed to flow between them. Elaine pointed to a nearby planet, its surface glowing with gentle blue light. "Look," she said. "It responds to us. It reacts to our presence, our thoughts, our curiosity. This is what I meant when I said humans are unique. We connect in ways no one else can." Alex stepped closer, reaching out with his hand as if he could touch the energy. A ripple of light spread across the planet's surface, responding to his gesture. He felt a connection, a bond that was impossible to describe. It's alive," he whispered. "But not like an animal. It's listening." Elaine nodded. "Exactly. And this is just the beginning. The ancients designed these worlds to respond to beings capable of understanding, empathy, and creativity. That is why humans are the ones meant to find and explore them." As they explored the planet, Alex noticed small, glowing structures that seemed to pulse with intelligence. They were not machines, exactly, nor were they buildings as humans knew them. They felt alive, responding to their movements, their curiosity, and their thoughts. When Alex reached out and focused on understanding, patterns of light formed in response, creating symbols and shapes that conveyed a language beyond words. "This is incredible," Alex said, awestruck. "It's like we're communicating with the planet itself." Elaine smiled. "And that is exactly what the ancients wanted. Humans have the ability to connect, to understand, to form relationships that other species cannot. Each world we visit will respond to us differently, and each gateway we unlock will reveal more of the galaxy and its secrets." They spent hours exploring, learning the ways the planet responded. Alex realized that their understanding grew not from control, but from observation, empathy, and imagination. Every interaction revealed a new pattern, a new way to connect. Humans were not just explorers, they were collaborators, able to unlock the universe's mysteries through curiosity and understanding. As they ventured further, a faint signal began to emerge from the planet's core. It was similar to the device they had used to find the gateway, but far more complex. Alex studied it carefully, recognizing patterns that reflected the human mind. By focusing on creativity and empathy, he was able to guide the signal, unlocking new pathways of light and energy. Elaine watched with pride. "See? Humans are capable of seeing the connections others cannot. This is why the device responded to you, Alex. This is why humans are the ones who can explore these worlds." The experience filled Alex with a sense of purpose and wonder. For the first time, he felt the full weight of humanity's potential, the power to explore, to understand, and to connect with the universe in ways no one else could. He realized that their journey was not just about discovery, it was about showing what humans could achieve, about proving that creativity, empathy, and curiosity were as powerful as any technology. After what felt like hours but was likely only minutes in real time, the portal to the colony pulsed gently, signaling that their exploration for now was complete. Alex and Elaine stepped back through, returning to the observation deck. The device glowed softly, as if acknowledging their success. Alex looked at his mother, awe in his eyes. "We did it," he whispered. "We really did it. Humans, we're capable of this." Elaine nodded. "Yes, and this is just the beginning. There are many more gateways, many more worlds. Each one will challenge us, teach us, and show humanity's potential. And each one will remind us that we are unique in the galaxy." Alex felt a surge of pride. He had always dreamed of adventure, but this was more than he could have imagined. Humans were not just passengers in the galaxy, they were explorers, collaborators, and creators. Their journey had just begun, and the stars were waiting. As the colony's first morning sun climbed higher in the sky, Alex and Elaine made plans for the next steps. They would study the signals, solve the puzzles, and unlock the next gateway. Each success would bring new knowledge, new discoveries, and new proof that humanity had a role in the universe that no other species could claim. Alex felt a sense of calm determination. The unknown no longer seemed frightening. It was full of promise, opportunity, and wonder. He knew that humanity's journey would not be easy, but it would be extraordinary, and he was ready to lead the way. Together, mother and son stood on the observation deck, gazing at the stars. The golden device pulsed gently between them, a symbol of the ancient civilization's legacy and humanity's unique place in the galaxy. Alex felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of discovery, knowing that the future was waiting and that humans were ready to meet it. "This is just the beginning," Elaine said softly, as the stars twinkled above. Alex smiled, a sense of wonder and excitement filling his heart. "The universe is waiting," he said, "and we're ready." And with that, humanity took its first step into a new horizon, a journey of discovery, creativity, and connection that would prove the true potential of its people among the stars.